94 Till is your team, and it kind of, when I saw that, it reminded me of something dear to my heart. It's a group in New Jersey I love. They're called the Bush League. And they're called, and their thing was keep it raw. We was born in 94, like, you know what I'm saying? And 94 is a very powerful number in history. Y'all were all born in 94?
Yeah.
See, that's one of the most powerful numbers in history. And I'm going to tell you why. 94 was the beginning of the change of hip hop. Where were you at in 94?
Center block.
Center block. So you already know what that means.
Doing too much, yo.
94 was the beginning of the change. That was the beginning of the golden era of hip hop. 94 was the end of What the Album and There Is a Dark Side Coming. 94 is Nas. 94, the end of 93 into 94 was Halftime. Zebrahead soundtrack. Hated the movie, but I love the song.
Well, the Ready to Die drop in 94 too?
Yup. September 13th.
Look, we gonna keep talking about it. I'm telling you, 94 is significant in hip hop. Like when people like 1776, George Washington did some gay shit, right? Right? So you know we talk about that.
Okay.
Well, if you know hip hop, you know 1994 is the beginning of the prophecy. For you, it was just when you were born.
Yeah.
Beginning of 94 is when people were talking about the times that we're in now. When it says hip hop is going to change and become the world dominant force to where people are going to try to suppress it from the inside out. You are, I hate to say it that way, let me change it. You are the beginning of a prophecy that was given a time ago, and now you're manifesting that destiny now. Is that pressure, or did you never hear the prophecy to know that the responsibility that you have on your shoulders?
I ain't never hear the prophecy, hear it, but now that you're saying it, looking back, thinking about the music that came out, like it is a prophecy.
So we had Illmatic,
Ready to Die.
Ready to Die, Into the Wu-Tang, Nas, Redman, Scarface. You had The Chronic, Snoop. You had Dog Pound. You had 8 Ball and MJG, UGK, Edo G and the Bulldogs. For anybody who don't know Edo G, one of the greatest MCs from the East Coast. That's from Boston, Massachusetts.
Outcast.
You had Outkast, Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music, directed by Sean Puffy Combs.
That is nuts when you think about the year 94. The crazy thing.
I'm talking about 94 till.
Yeah.
So the legacy that was built aforetime was Coogee Rap, Big Daddy Kane, and KRS-One, and from that birthed this. Looking where hip hop devolved was the people fighting the power to make it, to suppress it, to make it dumb. You are part of the movement of the refreshing of hip hop because not only are you rapping, but you have a message and you make sense. Is that just a part of your character, or that's something that you really wanted to bring into hip hop?
Honestly, I really hate when people like you label you're a conscious rapper, you're a conscious rapper. I don't like labels. I mean, it ain't conscious shit. It's common sense. That's what I tell people. Like, I'm not going out here telling you nothing that isn't already. You know right from wrong. You know, I'm not telling you right from wrong, but you know, common sense, man. I feel like though that's what I'm bringing to the music, and I like to think. I think before I speak. I think before I act. So it's common sense. I don't necessarily think it's a message till I hear people say, yo, you got a deep message. Like when people say that to me, it still make me, oh, it is. I feel like I'm just being myself on these tracks, telling my truth.
You underestimate the power of what you're saying, because you know why people call you conscious? It's not to your style. It's a compliment. They call you conscious because you are aware. They call you conscious because you're just not famous hip hop line. The dumb are intrigued by the drum. All day, and they're not listening. They just hear the rhythm. So they're telling you that you're conscious. They're telling you that you're a well-spoken young man who's bigger than the music. You can't say it's common sense music, which is a good tagline. Put that shit on the shirt, make some money. But they can't tell you. You can't tell them it's common sense because all sense ain't common.
That's what they just said to me the other day.
Bro, I seen somebody pour hot water into a plastic cup. Like, bro, let's be real. Like, They're like, "What's a cup?" I'm like, "It's plastic." Oh, okay. I mean, come on, like everybody doesn't think on the same wavelength, and the genre doesn't operate on the same wavelength.
It's a fact.
So then, you got to give yourself credit where credit is due, bro. Which is part of the prophecy. The prophecy in '94 was that hip hop would go to the next level, and people would start recognizing it all over the world. And then when it got there, if you really listen to the music that came out around your 4th or 5th year, which would be 98, 99, you heard people like Prodigy talk about the Illuminati. You heard about the Boogie Monsters and the song Strange. Ever heard it?
No.
Classic.
You put me on a lot of game right now. I gotta do some more research. I thought I did enough.
Me and you could talk all day,
That's
believe
a
me.
fact.
But the Boogie Monsters talked about the Illuminati. There was a video game on PlayStation 1 called Mark Echo. Get up. Remember? Anybody remember? And it came with a graffiti book, it came with Sharpies, and everything. And the point of the game was, dude's father spoke out about the injustices in the world. And he used hip hop to give the message to the world through his art on walls, trains, etc. So the prophecy of today was in our music, in our games, in our clothes, Mark Echo, cross colors, the signs, everything. And some of us took the part of knowing it, and some of us didn't. To the point where the next prophecy that came out was feminine energy will come up in the world, and women will find their voice, and that will take us into the next millennium. Hey, didn't Hillary run for president? Is it Michelle Obama just as popular as the president, and not for being doing whole stuff?
Beyonce's the most important person in the world. Important, like you're right.
So we've seen hip hop change the world in ways that people have tried to manufacture it to go and have not done. Where do you see yourself in the prophecy?
That next one, like I think that's how I feel. That next one. So, as you said, predicted this would happen. If you want to look at it as a downturn in music, whatever. And I feel like it's a nice generation that's coming up right now to where we're gonna bring it back, put it to where it originally was, not to where it originally was, but we're gonna build to where it was, make it better than what it was. Well, it can't get no better than the golden era. So, all due respect, we're gonna do something different.
No, it can, because that's like saying back in the day, Johnny Carson, fuck him. He said baseball was at its best when there were no blacks. Okay. I forgot the gentleman's name. They made an all-white basketball league that folds in like 3 weeks. He said the NBA has too many blacks and we need more white players. Okay?
Or was he wrong?
It's not a race thing I'm bringing this up. It's just that if we get stuck in the time, we don't appreciate where we're going. And though I think many of the hip-hop beats now are trash, the sonic tone of it is better than the 90s because all you had was analog, and some of the digital things make things a little more clear. So we can't stay stuck. We have to stay blessed on where we are and take notice to where we're going. Talk about the song Stay Blessed because it's a classic, #1, and the message is more than the music.
Stay blessed. Well, that first verse, honestly, is like me like, yeah, I'm here. Like, y'all was talking crazy. Oh, yeah, actually, ain't supposed to be rapping, this, that, and third. But look, we 3 projects in with this one, and we doing better than a lot of y'all that doubted me. Then that second verse is like, that's literally like everything that was going through my mind at the time. I'm talking to my cousin every day, collect calls, trying to send bread through JPay. Like, that's literally something I go through. Like, even though it's not hard to explain because so many people go through it, but it's like, yo, you had to get locked up to see the person you really are. Like, you had to get locked up to see your potential. You had to get locked up to see, yo, I'm bright enough to where I can use my mind to get me a degree. Like, it's a cycle. So, and then stay blessed. The hook is like, man, whatever you doing, you stay blessed. I mean, whether you hating, whether you loving me, whether you in between, no matter what you do, I'ma stay blessed. So I'ma hope you stay blessed. I ain't gonna wish no ill will on you, but I ain't gonna wish nothing good on you if you wishing bad for me. So you just stay blessed in whatever you do.
That's deep. I'm kind of mad at what you said because that threw me off my damn interview. If somebody said you an athlete, why you rhyming? Deion Sanders did an album.
Must be money.
Yeah, Kobe Bryant did an album. Then Shaquille O'Neal did an album.
Shaq can really rap. He was on Eric Sermon new joint.
Yeah, I know. Bernie.
Yeah.
Great album, no doubt. But yeah, No Hooks is definitely a classic. I mean, can't nobody.
Hey, him and Big was going bar.
Oh yeah, you can't stop the rain.
Can't stop the rain.
Yeah.
I had a bar like that.
But you know who was a great athlete that rapped and nobody talked about? Damn, Andre Rison. He did a song with Wu-Tang.
I didn't know that.
Called Street Life. Very good song. Which gets me to the next song I really like from the layover. It was called Penny for My Thoughts. Talk about it.
Pennies for my thoughts, dollars for my soul. You standing out of fit niggas, real niggas stand on your own. You don't respect me for my hunger, love my ambition. At least the ones that make time to take their time to listen. So it's basically like, yo, listen, I'm better than whoever you listening to. But if you don't take the time to listen, I dig it. But the ones that do, they're gonna appreciate it more. And that's kind of a prophecy right there, because I said that. And now it's like everybody that tune in, like, yo, this dope, this, that, and the third. But it's also a play on pennies for my thoughts. We was talking about the streaming business. So it's like I'm not even getting a full penny for my thoughts. And thoughts are worth more than money.
Of course.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's a play on that right there also. You're not even getting a full penny for our streams.
So let's end this part of the interview on what you just said, because I think that was very important. Every man in here likes women, right?
Yeah.
All right, good. We established that. No disrespect.
At all.
But when you saw her, whoever you had in mind that you did or currently mess with, it was in your mind first.
Yeah.
You formulated the plan.
Yeah.
You executed the plan.
Yeah.
You saw it come to happen.
Yeah.
No matter where it took you, it was your fault. But you made it happen, right? And that's the key to hip hop. Everything starts from a thought. And look how you changed the world with a thought.
That's crazy, cause like I've been real, like the past year I've been super duper spiritual. Like I've been telling them that, yo, you thinking, you say it, believe it, it's gonna happen. Like that's just been what I've been meditating a lot more and all that type of stuff. Yo, you thinking, you say it, believe it, it's gonna happen. And everything we've been thinking, we've been saying, and we all been believing, it's been coming to fruition. Not when we first think it, but just keep believing, consistency. It's been slowly but surely happening for us.
And that's why as a man, I'm very happy that you had a father and a grandfather who taught you both sides of the game, because religion is your lifestyle, spirituality is your faith and your belief. And one thing spiritually, I know the book that I believe in tells me is to have a personal relationship, but it really starts with your thoughts. And if people never got that from reading the Bible, that your thoughts are the things that are what define you. Remember, it says Satan is the prince of the air. So that's why people always say, watch what you say, and don't put your thoughts out to everybody, because air travels.
Yeah.
And just like God's inspiration, if He gives you a job and you don't do it, somebody else is going to do it, and you lose your blessing.
And also, in the Bible says the kingdom of God is within you. So I am God and God is me. So if I think, I say it, believe, I'm gonna will it to happen. That's part of my belief process.
So stay blessed.
Stay blessed.
That's it.